8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. Health authorities say coronavirus patients are increasing at the Infectious Diseases Hospital IDH. The PUCSL says no power cuts until Thursday. Effective measures are taken to promote the kithul cultivation to increase foreign exchange. The Director General of Health Services says 891 coronavirus patients are reported today. Sri Lanka records 17 new fatalities from COVID-19. Senior DIG Ajit Rohana appointed as Senior Police Spokesperson. The public urged to use tap water sparingly. In news overseas, Tonga, COVID hits crucial Australian aid ship bound for tsunami-struck nation. In sports news, Australian Open, Peng Shuai T-shirt ban reversed after outcry. Dr. Hasitha Attanayake says coronavirus patients are increasing at the IDH hospital. Meanwhile, the oxygen requirement has increased due to the admission of patients and other patients for surgeries. The oxygen requirement has shown an increase of 50% compared to last week. Dr. Hasitha Attanayake warns that the coronavirus patients might increase rapidly during the next 2 weeks. The Director General of Health Services says 891 coronavirus patients were reported today. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka PUCSL says that power cuts will not be imposed in the country until January 27th as there are sufficient fuel supplies. Thereafter, the situation will be reconsidered, depending on the availability of the fuel supply, the PUCSL chairman Janaka Ratnayaka says. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka PUCSL, the electricity sector regulator, has decided to reconsider the proposal made by the Ceylon Electricity Board on the 27th of January 2022 on power interruption, as there is no need for a power cut from today to the 27th of January 2022. The chairman of the Kithul Development Board, Gehan Pereira, said effective measures are taken to promote the Kithul plantation to increase foreign exchange. Accordingly, a special training course is arranged to educate the cultivators in this regard. Mr. Pereira also said effective techniques and technologies will be taught to potential cultivators. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Director General of Health Services has confirmed another 17 coronavirus-related deaths for January 24th, increasing the death toll in the country due to the virus to 15,330. This includes 12 males and 5 females, according to the Department of Government Information. 3 of the victims are in the age group of 30 to 59 years, and the remaining 14 patients are aged 60 years and above. Senior DIG Ajit Rohan has been appointed as the Senior Police Spokesperson, the police headquarters says. He previously served as a police media spokesman on several occasions and was replaced by SSP Nihal Talduwa in August 2021. Subsequently, Senior DIG Rohana was appointed as the Senior DIG in charge of the Crimes and Traffic Range. He also serves as a member of the National Authority on Tobacco and Alcohol NATA. Consumers have been advised to use tap water sparingly as the water levels at reservoirs are running low, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board NWSDB says. In a communique, the NWSDB noted that consumers in highland areas will have to be supplied water under low pressure in order to meet the demands for drinking water. Against this backdrop, the country's power crisis also escalated over the past few days due to the shortage of heavy fuel and diesel required for power plants, the breakdown of generators, and the sharp decrease in water levels in the reservoirs for hydropower plants. Accordingly, the NWSDB has appealed to the general public not to use tap water for non-essential activities such as washing vehicles and gardening, but only for essential activities, as water consumption remains high and drinking water should be supplied equally to all. The Western Province will be made as a tourist attraction region. The chairman of the Western Province Tourism Board, Sugat Hevapatirana, says many effective steps have been taken to promote the tourism in the province. The chairman made these remarks while addressing a media conference held in Colombo today. He further said effective plans have been implemented for more tourists to enter various sites of the Western Province. That's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka PUCSL says that power cuts will not be imposed in the country until January 27th as there are sufficient fuel supplies. Thereafter, the situation will be reconsidered depending on the availability of the fuel supply, the PUCSL chairman Janaka Ratnayaka says.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, health authorities have requested the public to follow the health guidelines strictly as the coronavirus infections crossed the 800 mark for the last few days. Although it was observed that there was a sharp drop in the coronavirus infections during the last few days, this cannot be taken for granted, health authorities warn. The Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asela Gunawardena, says that it is a high risk for the public to get involved with large gatherings or get-togethers. He requests the public to refrain from travelling between the provinces. He points out that 700 to 800 coronavirus patients are still being reported daily in the country. Therefore, he emphasises that the pandemic can spread rapidly again if the public acts irresponsibly.
Coming up, World News.
In world news headlines, Tonga COVID hits crucial Australian aid ship bound for tsunami-struck nation. Mumbai winter, India's muggy city, is centre of jokes in winter memes. The Africa Cup of Nations, at least 8 killed in crash at Cameroon Stadium. A COVID outbreak has hit a crucial Australian relief ship which was bound for tsunami-stricken Tonga. Some 23 cases of COVID were recorded among the crew of the HMAS Adelaide, which left Australia on Friday. It comes as Tonga is desperately trying to prevent COVID from reaching its shores as more humanitarian aid begins arriving in the Pacific nation. Australia's Defence Minister Peter Dutton has vowed not to put the Tongan population at risk. Mumbai, India's muggy financial hub, is the centre of memes as it faces its coldest January in a decade. As the mercury dropped unusually low for Mumbai, 13.4 degrees Celsius, in parts of the coastal city, #Mumbai winter began trending amid a blizzard of jokes. The city is typically known for weather that is quite the opposite: unrelenting humidity and dreaded monsoon rains. The sudden dip in temperatures inspired a fair bit of humour among the city's own people. At least 8 people have been killed and 38 injured in a crush outside an Africa Cup of Nations football match in Cameroon. Videos showed crowds of screaming football fans being crushed at the entry gates to the Paul Biya Stadium in the capital Yaoundé. Witnesses described chaotic scenes outside the ground as thousands of fans struggled to get across. The dead include a boy of 14 and 7 people were seriously injured. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Tonga COVID hits crucial Australian aid ship bound for tsunami-struck nation. Mumbai winter, India's muggy city, is centre of jokes in winter memes. The Africa Cup of Nations, at least 8 killed in crush at Cameroon Stadium. That was world news.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
572 tanks will be renovated by 2024 under the Irrigation Saubhagya project. State Minister Siripala Gamlat said 200 tanks will be renovated during this year. It is reported that organic farming is being promoted at the Mahavali zones. These tanks will be useful for this purpose. The farmers are encouraged to prepare for the organic farming during the next Yalla season as well.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
And now in sports news, the organisers of the Australian Open have reversed a ban on T-shirts supporting Chinese tennis player Peng Shuai after a global outcry. Last Friday, security staff had asked spectators to remove T-shirts and a banner saying "Where is Peng Shuai?" before entering the grounds. Ms. Peng vanished for weeks after accusing a top Chinese official of sexual misconduct in November. She has since reappeared, but many remain concerned about her well-being.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP You Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Emirates, the world's largest international airline, has launched a new offer for passengers visiting Dubai with friends and family when booking by February 6, 2022. 2 or more passengers travelling to Dubai from January 24, 2022 to April 30, 2022 will have the opportunity to save 25% on fares when travelling together, the airline said.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP You Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Sri Lanka Insurance closed the year 2021 with a positive note, recording a staggering combined GWP of 43 billion rupees amidst a turbulent time. In the year 2021, Sri Lanka Insurance reported a 14% growth in life insurance premium increases to 21.9 billion rupees, whilst general insurance reported 5.4% growth in premium for a total value of 21.2 billion rupees amidst a stagnant market conditions.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Weather Report.
The Met Department says mainly dry weather will continue to prevail over most parts of the island. Fairly cold weather can be expected during the early morning. There is a possibility of ground frost at some places in the Nuwara Eliya district during the early hours of the morning. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, central, Sabaragama, north central and Uva provinces and in the Kurunegala, Gala and Mathura districts during the morning. This weather report was issued this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com reports that the day's weather was bright with occasional showers. Today's daytime temperature was observed to be around 30 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 25 degrees Celsius and there will be scattered showers in select spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 25 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The Air Quality Index AQI is 26, which shows a fair condition in Colombo. The air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals. However, sensitive groups may experience minor to moderate symptoms from long-term exposure. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. Health authorities say coronavirus patients are increasing at the Infectious Diseases Hospital IDH. The PUCSL says no power cuts until Thursday. Effective measures are taken to promote the kithul cultivation to increase foreign exchange. The Director General of Health Services says 891 coronavirus patients are reported today. Sri Lanka records 17 new fatalities from COVID-19. Senior DIG Ajit Rohana appointed as senior police spokesperson. The public urged to use tap water sparingly. In news overseas, Tonga COVID hits crucial Australian aid ship bound for tsunami-struck nation. In sports news, Australian Open Peng Shuai T-shirt ban reversed after outcry. That concludes this news broadcast.